Mr. Heroescape here today, coming at you with some more Heroescape casting of the online semifinal for the online Heroescape vCheese tournament. We've got the second and final semifinal. The player of this match will go on to the final to meet Boromir, who has the 10th Reg, and Heracles. So we've got today Foudzing and Srd717. They're placing their armies right now and about to get started, so we'll just chat up here for a second. Basically, two armies that have been pretty darn successful. One that's a very well-known core. We've got 6 squads of Spiders, Quahan, Raylan, Maros, and Marku. And then on the other side, we've got some the troopers, right? The Microcore troopers, 5 squads of those, Asamu, Raylan, and Laglor. So they're about to get started. We can jump right in here. So you've got here on the top of the screen, you've got Foudzing. Let me correct that. Yeah, because we just watched Foudzing play the troopers. So sorry, at the top of your screen, you've got Foudzing, who's got the troopers, and then Srd on the bottom, who's got the Spiders and Quahan. Really interesting matchup, especially on this map, because last game, right, we saw how Lilia Ivor, the range +1, added some really, interesting dynamic for the 10th. I don't think that's going to be used at all this game. It makes no sense for the Spiders. It might make sense for the Maros late game, so it might come in handy at the late game with Maros, because then they can outrange the troopers. So that's actually a fair potential option. As for troopers, like, they've already got Laglor. So they've already got 8 range. It really doesn't make sense for them. And even Loden on the other side, like, it's only going to affect Asamu. So, I'm not really sure what the play is here. In terms of glyphs, I don't know that there's any plays here for this team. Theosinite, go Foudzing, as I'm from the French forum as well. Hey, welcome! Glad you could make it on, Theosinite. Glad you could join the stream here and cheer on the Foudzing. Yeah, no, he's been doing great. So they're looks like, I think, setting up order marker or placement. So yeah, they just finished placement and they're about to set order markers and get started here. So what's really indicative of their choices for play is their placement of Raylan. That tells us a lot about how they plan to play this game, because there's two things. A lot of times you can spend a turn with Raylan to develop her somewhere into the map that you want her to go, right? And other times you just want her to stay in the start zone, and she covers the first 4 hexes, and if you've got a ranged army like both of these do, you can stay in front of her within 4 and then shoot from there, right? So Raylan 1, 2, 3, 4, she can cover basically anything right here, and then the dragon can shoot, within 4 and chain anything from here. So it's very possible that Quahan army just keeps Raylan here and kind of stays to this right side and kind of claims this hill. And it's also very possible on this side that they claim this hill. And that's kind of the way that this map is set up. This map lends itself to a rightward development, mainly because the glyph is closer to the right, or it feels closer to the right. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Technically, it's the exact same distance to both glyphs, but this glyph feels more naturally. It feels like it's controlled by the team that has it to its right. Same with this one. And I think that's what you're going to see here. I think what you're going to see is a development from each team to the right side and basically shoot at each other over these 2 hills. Reason being, neither glyph is particularly impactful, right? Because this army already has +2 range, so has 8 range. And this army has Quahan, which it doesn't affect the special attack. So it's only going to become relevant at the end of the game with Mara Warriors, which actually could be quite good. But, you know, again, Mar Warriors, even with it, get outranged by the 8 ranged troopers. So, not really. It doesn't really make that big of a deal. And yeah, so basically this map is going to become a two hills map a little bit here. I think we're going to see both teams develop onto each side because neither glyph is particularly impactful. It feels easier to develop to the right for each side. So I think you're going to take it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And Raylan can be placed next to a jungle on level 2. So I could see development 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I could see development from each team to drop Raylan. In fact, that makes a lot of sense. With both teams having range, I would expect either a turn 2 or turn 1 of next round to be a Raylan placement here. Because while, yes, Raylan can cover the first 4 hexes in the start zone to start, like, you are going to be quite limited in your ability to do damage if the opponent plays smart. For example, with 8 range, these troopers can just sit back and force Quahan into a lot of awkward situations because Quahan has to come close enough to be able to chain those attacks. And so if Raylan is stuck in the start zone, you're just never going to be able to get close enough to chain these troopers with her sitting back here. So I think more so it's on SRD to get his Raylan developed and less so for Foudzing. Like, Foudzing could quite literally probably sit in the start zone or develop a little bit in the front here if he wanted to, and stay in Raylan's aura and just 8 range pot shot away. And, you know, it's not a horrible idea. And that's kind of what I suggested in the last game, simply because, again, at 8 range, you can force your opponent to do whatever you want, basically. You're saying, hey, I'm going to stay here, you come at me, good luck. So, like, he doesn't have to develop out into the map. Getting the extra defense on jungle, I think, is really smart. So taking the hexes right here and right here are all really good options because they're within Raylan's aura. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so he can take these 2 hexes and these 4 hexes next to jungle, stay in Raylan's aura, and still get some great range 8 shots out to whatever armies up or whatever he develops over here. Black Bertram, what is the name of this map? You might have already said it, but I just popped on. So this map is, Murky Waters? Murky Waters, let's double check here. Yeah, I was right. Nice. Look at my memory. Round 7 is on Murky Waters. So yeah, this is from Heroescapers. This is the page with the matchup information. So Heroescapers.com. This is the matchup here. Murky Waters, yeah. And I believe I've played on this before. I think I played on this, in a Utah tournament years ago in a final. And a very similar, well, I can't remember. There's actually quite a few maps that look like this. Like the footprint of this map, what is it? Oh, Blake just with 2 Ks. Oh, what did I say? Black? Man, my bad. I don't know why I put a C in there. That's funny. Yeah, so this map, actually, this footprint is pretty common. I've seen probably about 3 or 4 different maps with a very similar footprint. So actually, I'm not 100% sure if I've played on this one before, but yeah, this feels like this lends itself to a rightward development, at least from a range perspective. Gaining this height feels a lot easier than gaining this height. Okay, so yeah, he's already developing Raylan on turn 2. So yeah, SRD already feels the need to get Raylan out. I guess he's going to drop her here. That's honestly, in my opinion, the best spot because you get jungle and a little bit of height. Throwing her here does make her more central and definitely gives you this level 2 bridge. But you don't get the extra defense from the jungle. So, well, but here, I guess, yeah, you still cover the bridge. 1, 2, 3, yeah, okay. Yep, called it. I love it when a plan comes together. just makes me feel good inside when the players make the choices that I tell them to, or when I expect it. Okay, so yeah, that was the right call, because again, that one's a little more central. It does give you a little bit more coverage in the middle, but at the end of the day, they have 8 range. You don't want them taking shots at you. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, yeah, from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, from back here, this guy can be pot shotting that level 2. So no, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so from here, he has to be up here at the very least to get that shot on Raylan, which, ooh, so this is actually really interesting. See, that spot's even better than I thought, because, right, he's going to try and pod up here. I think this is his pod spot, right, where he wants to sit. From here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, he can hit Raylan with that 8 range. And they're gonna, and I'm sure he's gonna try to continue to pot shot that. But if he has to come up to here, then Quahan can take this level 2 bridge and chains 1, 2, 3, 4, can chain that right there into anything he wants there. So that's huge. In fact, if he moves the troopers here specifically to get shots on Raylan, the counterplay is to move the dragon here to get shots on you. So I would almost anticipate Foudzing not placing troopers there for that very reason. It's interesting how counterplays happen just by not doing something. For example, if Foudzing never puts someone here, he's already countering the counter, basically, right? He's basically saying, if I place something here to try and counter Raylan by shooting Raylan, I'm going to get countered by Quahan taking the level 2 bridge and attacking me here. So I'm going to counter that play by just not placing anything there. So we'll see what he does, but I'm very interested to see how he chooses that, because in my opinion, I would not take that. I would not want to develop here to give Quahan the level 2 bridge to just start chaining this. Now, you might take it for a turn and sacrifice a few, but in a game as highly competitive as this, I probably wouldn't. You want to force Quahan not into an obvious spot, right? You want to force Quahan into a spot that feels less, less obvious, or, feels like it's harder for her to kind of do what she wants to do. So, like, force Quahan onto, like, a spot down here to get a chain, or a spot over here to get a chain, where it's just maybe outside Raylan's aura. Again, Raylan's aura at this position, 1, 2, 3, 4, only covers this bridge, really just kind of right here, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, not even. So, I mean, the best you can do with Quahan as far as forward positioning is here. Man, and doesn't that just feel bad? 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, you could get Quahan here. 1, 2, 3, but not in one turn though. 1, 2. So yeah, the best you can do is Quahan here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So I mean, you can start chaining any of these guys, but you can't do that unless you're all the way up here. So already, SRD is in a really tough spot, right? Because Foudzing, played right, can really, really force SRD into some really awkward positions. Simply just by that range, right? As long as he develops himself and keeps himself kind of spread out and in a position where it just makes it awkward for Quahan to try and get damage in. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so Quahan could jump here and chain this guy. So Quahan can get an attack here. So that's a position I wouldn't even bother going to. Like, you don't have to take that height shot. Just move back here and take the shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, okay, so I guess you have to be here. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so yeah, I'd move here. You're next to jungle. You can still take the shot on Raylan. And again, you want to make it awkward for Quahan, because how can Quahan hit you? Can Quahan hit you from there? Let's see, 1, 2. Okay, so Quahan could take the bridge, 1, 2, 3, 4, and hit you there. Okay, that's fair. Actually, that's not a good spot then. 1, 2. But actually, 1, 2, 3. Quahan can't even get to the level 2 bridge this turn. So you could go here and take a shot off, because Quahan's not going to be able to take that level 2 bridge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The best Quahan can do is get here or here and reach this line. So this turn, Quahan can really only hit this line, so you can sit back on this line or this line and take shots, and Quahan's not going to be able to reach you for this turn. So I'm sure that's what Foudzing is thinking about. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My guess is he wants to try and get a few early pot shots on Raylan. But again, you don't have to feel overly aggressive. Like, when you have the advantage of long range, to attack from 8 range, little ping shots, but you've got 4 guys doing it, like, don't underestimate just how strong that is. Because at the end of the day, if I'm taking attacks on you and you can't return fire, I will always have the advantage. Doesn't matter how few dice it is. It's a dice game, right? Yeah, you'll roll 5 out of 5 shields, but you also get a blank one of those times. And you do that enough times, you're just slowly going to whittle away your opponent. And so Foudzing really has to play this game, in my opinion, like basically just trying to mitigate the position and the attacks that Quahan's going to get by staying back from 8 range. He doesn't have to be aggressive at all. With 8 range, he can just sit back and ping shots at Raylan or Quahan and wait until SRD either develops Raylan further or well, yeah, essentially, because SRD has to have Raylan in his Quahan aura to really be effective. And keep in mind, the farthest that he can get is really up here. Mark Jackson, that's the entire point of Laglor Troopers, the range advantage. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Laglor is strictly there to force your opponent to do things they don't want to do, right? Because most units in the game have, I wouldn't say average, but most ranged units, a very normal range is 6. 7 is pretty far, and 8 is, there's like no units that have 8, 9, 10, right? So the fact that Laglor is making this common squad have 8 range just makes them bonkers, and that's why they've performed so well, is because so many of the other armies don't know how to deal with 4 attacks coming at them from 8 spaces away, and they just take a lot of early shots, early pings. Makes it harder for them to deal with. Troopers on that hill are outside of Laglor Zora. It's also questionable if Quahan is allowed on the bridge because of her tail. Very good point. Yes, very good point. That's true. Yeah, it's true. I would agree with that. Quahan's tail is very restrictive. So actually, I think that's a great point. Yes, online it's very hard to tell, and you can tend to get away with a lot of things like that. But Quahan is one of the few miniatures where it's very prominent on the backside there, and makes it very difficult to sit in tight spaces. And bridges are quite tight. So you're absolutely right. If I were Foudzing, I would probably not allow that, simply because, again, most of the time I allow kind of a little bit of fudging, because on online you can't really tell. But there are some miniatures, such as Quahan, where the tail is very obvious, right? The ability to fit in spaces is very obvious, just because of the way that miniature in real life is built. And so, great point. Thank you for pointing that out. That's going to be a major talking point, actually, because everything I was saying about that bridge being a legitimate spot for Quahan to attack from, you're absolutely right. Should not be a thing this game, because Quahan, if Foudzing is playing this realistically, should not ever be able to fit in that spot. I would agree with that. Very good point. Also, good point on the Laglor aura. I just kind of assumed they have 8 range, but yes, you're absolutely right. The aura from Laglor, similar to Raylan, is a range of 4, or aura of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is why you see him potting up here, which makes a lot of sense. Honestly, makes a lot of sense. you can't waste markers at this stage in the game to develop lag lore. Well, actually, in any stage of the game. Like, you really have to just have placed him correctly in the start zone and make that your aura. Similar to Raylan, like, this army is built to keep Raylan and Laglor in the same spot in the start zone, because, again, I have 8 range. If I'm even 4 spaces out from my start zone in both of their auras, and I have 8 range, that's an effective range of 12 from the start zone. Most maps, you know, between start zones are about 13, 14 on average. You can have, you know, 15, 16 is a little bit long. 10 or 11 is really, really short, and so you really do have about 12 or 13, 14, 12 to 14 hexes between start zones. In fact, what's this one? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12. So yeah. Perfect. 12 hexes between start zones. So, really good point. Yeah, the fact that he placed Laglor and Raylan there really does indicate he's going to stay here in pod. So, again, back to my point from before, even more so forcing the issue from SRD to come to him. This is the early development spot. In fact, this is probably normally what most people would do with Raylan in this situation. But against this army, you have to move Raylan up one more time, in my opinion. In fact, I'd probably move her to this level 2 jungle at some point. Because, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, you can leave her there. But that means you have to drop Quahan here. Man, that feels bad. 1, 2, because, yeah, I mean, you can, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. It depends on what Foudzing decides to do, because here's the thing. If you drop Quahan here, yes, you can attack here, you can start chaining these front guys. Is there a judge watching? Not sure who constitutes a judge. I don't know how to spell, but I'm here. Spiders on the bridge might also be completely hidden. Yes, 100%. Yep, they're level 2 height. Really good. Really? Great comments. Yeah, really good point out here. Yes, so spiders on the bridge, 100%. Because the bridge, again, for those of you watching, if you're not familiar with kind of, again, we're looking at the top-down view, right? So in a 3D image, this bridge, actually, the height on it is 2 hex height. If you can see spiders on the bridge. Oh, perfect. Hey, look at that. Great. You guys just called it out. Nope. Spiders are too high. So is the bridge. Yeah, no, yeah, that's a very good point. There's no way. Spiders are very small. People underestimate just how small spiders are. They hide quite well. Especially from troopers shooting up. That angle, I would say no. Yeah, because so you think about the angle, right? From a trooper who's on level 1, who's, 4, 5 height. I mean, basically you're saying, is my height high enough to be able to see down over the top of the bridge? And I really don't think so. I don't think from a trooper's perspective from that far away. Because they're shooting up onto a level 2 when it's actually, so it's 3 height, yeah. So a side of a bridge is 3 high, so the bridge sits on a level 1, but the side of the bridge is 3 height, so it's your level 2, and then level 2, level 2, level 3, level 4, and then that spider is technically sitting on level 2, well it is here, but then there's level 3 and level 4 on the side where that spider is covered. So basically you'd have to be above the bridge to be able to see down onto the spider. The problem is those troopers, I don't think are tall enough or have a good enough angle to see down onto it. I would not. So that's interesting, man. That actually, this map is, for this matchup, is actually really interesting. Man, it's little things like that in HeroScape that make it so intriguing on it, because that changes everything. That changes absolutely everything about how this game is played. Because think about it, all those things I was saying before, and I should have brought this up, like, it's easy to forget that. Again, when you're looking from the top-down view, it's easy to forget those little nuances of a HeroScape. Like, you need line of sight, right? You got to be able to sit in a space in order to actually be able to shoot or attack someone, or well, not even shoot and attack. You have to even move there, right? The figure has to legally be placed on that hex to be able to be there. And you forget those things in the online version because sometimes you just kind of fudge some of it. But it's very, very relevant in this case because, because again, like, we pointed out, the bridge is so small, the spiders are so small that they can really hide in that bridge, especially if they're like these ones here. Absolutely not. There's no way that those troopers are seeing these guys. Again, from a top down, you just kind of assume, oh yeah, he can see him, but no. Like if you take this, they kind of added it here. If you take it into a 3D view, again, these guys are too high. This is a rock wall. Like that is a blocker, and again, the angle. Oops. Uh-oh. What happened? Oh, oops, I accidentally refreshed my page. Hopefully I didn't screw anything up for them. Okay. No, that was just my page. Okay. Sorry, we're back. So basically you've got a rock wall here that's going to provide a line of sight blockers for those spiders, which is awesome for the Quahan army. In fact, I was sitting here saying, oh, like he can just sit back and kind of do his thing, which is true. But that changes a lot for them because what is he actually going to be able to attack? He might actually have to develop Raylan and Laglor now just to try and get a better angle from this side to attack here or over here and to attack this side. I don't know that he's ever going to be able to attack spiders on this bridge unless he's on... Like, if he's on this level 3, yes, 100% he can see those spiders. In fact, if he's on this level 2, I would probably say so. Just because you're on the same level and you've got a 4 or 5 height head, now I'd say you can see down onto it. But from here, this level 1, I don't think so. So, man, that really changes things for the troopers. Because, yes, you can sit back, but what are you actually going to be able to shoot at? Well, I mean, Quahan. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, yeah, honestly, you can just take pot shots at Quahan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, why not take pot shots at Quahan? What's, whose turn is it? Did they finish the round? Okay, yeah, they finished the round. Interesting. See, they're taking a long time to think. So I relogged in at 4:09. 4:07 is when they finished his turn. So it took them another 4 minutes to decide their order markers, when both are obvious, right? Like, this army, you just normally throw it all on troopers for the full game. This army, you almost always throw it on spiders for the full game. But I think the reason they're taking so long to set order markers is because they're realizing, well, crap, if I'm Quahan, the best I can do is come up here onto low ground, which I don't like, and attack here and chain everything. So I'd rather have Raylan, maybe come up so I can be more aggressive, which, maybe not. I'm not as sure about that. But more so on this guy, Foudzing, who's got to think, well, sitting back here, am I actually going to be able to shoot what I want if I can't see anything on the bridge? Because basically, these spiders can just funnel themselves onto the bridge and then use the bridge as a launching point into the start zone and just engage, lock up attacks on the troopers, and then just have Quahan over the top blasting everything. And here's the thing. Spiders have 2 defense. Troopers have 2 attack. Not bad odds of spiders surviving attacks. You know, whereas when SRD played against Q9, Q9's going to roast you a lot quicker, right, with those spiders. When the spiders were trying to engage Q9 to stop him in the last live stream, if you were able to see that, he basically just funneled spiders into Q9 to try and engage him to soak damage and hope he got some blocks. Well, if you're sending in spiders to just engage troopers to soak attacks, you've got pretty good odds of defending a few of those attacks if he blanks, or if he gets 1 skull, right? You got pretty good odds of defending that once in a while. So my guess is he's going to use the bridge as a launching point and funneling the spiders into the start zone while Quahan potentially sits here and starts blasting. Okay, so nope, looks like we're going still full spiders and still full troopers. That's interesting they took so long to set their order markers then. It's possible this army is gonna... Oh, excuse me. Whew. Oh, came out of nowhere. A little bit tired. Sunday afternoons. I missed my Sunday afternoon nap. No, so this guy, SRD, may reposition Raylan turn 2. Developing his units back here, though, would indicate not. Because you wouldn't develop them back here if you were going to move Raylan up, because then they're unprotected. Huh. There's no. Don't let that attack go through. There's no way. He's like, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's in range, but that is a spider behind a bridge, and there's a jungle. There's no way this trooper can see that spider. I mean, there's just no way. Absolutely not. Like, that is absurd. And they are on a voice chat, so I'm sure they're talking about line of sight, which is why he highlighted it, and I think he immediately unclicked it, was because he was probably like, hey, do I have line of sight here? And SRD's probably like, nah, not even close, bro. Which, honestly, I think you've... If you're the troopers, you need to assume you're not going to be able to kill spiders back here. Like, don't try and take ping shots, because, like, really, they're so small. Like, they really are. And you're just not going to be in a good enough position to ever really shoot these. And, like Manor, Foudzing should not let Quahan place there. I'm going to mention it. I'm sure they already know that. It's possible they're talking about it. Mark Jackson, at the highest level, the positional game is way more important. Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, no, yeah, 100%. When we're playing at this high level of play, you've got basically everything is everything is position. If you're not considering your start zone placement, then you've done it wrong, and they have, right? Like the trooper side, that was very intentional. To be on this side of the map, to be with these 2 aura units to develop onto this right side. I think he's going to have a really tough time dealing with the spiders once the spiders develop onto the bridge and launch themselves in, though. The question is, well, yes, this is interesting, because if I were Foudzing, you've got 8 range, and you can range Quahan. Like, yeah, Quahan's got, what, 6 defense? 3 plus height plus Raylan? Yeah, 6. But the more attacks you get on Quahan, the better. So, like, from here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, like, from back here, you can take 4 shots at 2. Why not, right? Like, there's... I mean, I get it. He's trying to develop his army into this back kind of mod section to just shoot from 8, but he's developing spiders. He's taking his time. He realizes, okay, you can't kill my spiders on the bridge or back here, so I'm safe. I can take my time, develop them up, get them ready to launch into you. But until that happens, you've got to take advantage of the range you have and the few shots you're going to get. Mark Jackson, who placed first this match? Is there a good spot for Raylan and Quahan on the other side of the map? Who placed first? I believe it was Quahan. Spiders and Quahan. So Quahan placed first. This map is symmetrical on both sides, and the glyphs are non-factors in this game. So basically, and this map, the way it's set up, it's very much a I don't know what I want. It's very well. I wouldn't say it's very much, but it's basically a two hills map. So you've got kind of this level 3 height here on each side of the bridge. That this bridge kind of blocks off a lot of development between these two heights. And so I anticipated a potential height grab over here on the left side from each army, but quickly realized, if you're going to have 2 aura units, you're never going to develop both of them, or very few times are you going to develop one or the other, simply because with the 8 range, you almost never have to, right? You can stay within the 4 range of Laglor and Raylan and basically shoot anywhere on any map, because most maps are anywhere between 12 and 14 hexes wide between start zones. So if you're sitting 4 hexes outside of your start zone and then you have 8 range, well, you're almost always going to be able to shoot at your opponent, and your opponent is forced to have to come to you. Which is why I think this army has done so well. You've got, like I was saying before, you've got 20 figures, troopers, 20 troopers, common squad. The common squad is already good, right? It's already got base 6 range, 2 attack, 2 defense, but it's got a special attack of 4. Also, you can't get height attacks against it. And again, it's a squad of 4, right? So you're getting 4 attacks. And then also, of course, backed by Raylan, right? So you can, with the +2 range, you literally can just force any other opponent to have to come to you. And it makes it just awkward, right? It makes it tough for the opponent to be able to make choices when they know that they have to come to you to do damage. When each side has a little bit of a counter to each other, when each side has a little bit of range that counters the other range or whatever, it makes the game a little bit more dynamic. But this is very much going to be a sit back, shoot at you and ping at you, and the spiders have to come to them. And you can tell Foudzing's getting a little antsy. He doesn't like that. He doesn't like that these spiders are safe. But if you get impatient, then you start giving up your position. And I don't know that it's really worth it just to get a ping shot, because most of these spiders, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, these spiders are all safe from Raylan. This one isn't. I think he's trying to check if he has line of sight on that one or that one, and I'd just say no. If you're here, well, from here, I think you could, because again, you're 1 height higher. Now I think the trooper's height is 4 or 5. So if you're at this level 3, I'd say you can see this one. I'm not sure about this one, but I'd definitely say you could see that one. But is it really worth it? I don't know. It's 1 spider versus 1 trooper. Like, you're basically giving up that trooper, because then Quahan can just come down and blast it if he really wants to. Mark Jackson, forcing your opponent to develop outside of an aura is as good as killing the hero giving it. Says every experienced player. Yes, that's a very good point. Absolutely. Like making an aura unit like Raylan or Laglor ineffective by pulling units outside the aura, yeah, that's a win for you. It's a win. Absolutely. And when I say win, not like winning the game, but like making someone have to do that in order to do damage puts you in the win column for sure. Okay, so Foudzing has opted not to be impatient and aggressive. and is just going to continue to sit back and see. I don't mind him developing to the back there, but the longer you take to take ping shots at Quahan, I think the worse off you're going to be. Here's why. This is about his third turn where he's developed into this back corner, when he could have maybe developed one or two and then taken 2 or 3 shots at Quahan. Why not? You might get a wound or two. So that's 3 turns where you could get, I don't know, say you do 2 attacks. Say you do 2 attacks on Quahan. If you did 3 turns, that's 6 attacks. That's 6 attacks that you could have been doing damage. Not that you necessarily will. Again, if you look at it, it's attacks of 2, right? And he's doing that, so this is good, right? But he's just starting now, right? So he's just starting to get attacks off. You have to keep, like with Quahan and with these armies, and when you only have 2 attack on the troopers, like, you have to get as many attacks as possible in order for the dice to kind of work out in your favor. And the longer he takes to do that, the easier it'll be for the spiders to come in and engage, right? Because if, say, a spider was engaged in one of these spots right here already, those blanks, those 0 out of 2s are attacks on spiders. And then it's a wasted turn, and then it's not a dead spider, and then the next turn you have to try and kill the spider again before you can attack Quahan. So I think SRD actually, now having evaluated the situation with the bridge and how spiders are going to be safe, I think SRD has the advantage in that if Foudzing continues to just sit back and develop or kind of hunker in this corner and move and not attack, then SRD has the advantage. Luckily, Foudzing has now started to attack. Great. If he continues to do that, I think he's in the advantage. Meaning, as long as he's attacking constantly every single turn from this point out, then I think he'll be fine. I still think he was probably 1 or 2 turns a little too late, because now the spiders are in prime position to start funneling 1 or 2 in just to get them engaged. I mean, heck, this next turn, if I were spiders, I'd even funnel 1 in, like this spot right here. Because again, this line, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, this line right here is the only line that can attack Quahan. So this spider, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 right here engages 3. So he still gets 4 attacks off. But if you can get 1 spider in here and then a second spider here or here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you can't quite get a second spider there. What about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Yeah, but still, 1 spider here engages 3, which is annoying. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I see what he's doing. So yeah, so Foudzing's starting to get smart. He's like, okay, I realize that this line is what can range Quahan. So if spiders engage here, he still has 4 attacks. So spiders would have to engage here, 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 and here to deny all attacks on Quahan. Blake Bertram on Discord, Boromir just showed a trooper on level 4 looking at a bridge and you still couldn't see the spider. Oh, perfect. Yeah, so let me pull, actually let me pull it up then. Maybe he, oh, perfect, yeah. Yep. There it is, yeah. Oh, wow, yeah. Yeah, so a trooper on level 4 still can't see a spider. That doesn't surprise me. Thank you for this. Already assumed couldn't see, but didn't realize the added height was still a no shot. Fighters OP with bridges. Yeah, so yep, and SRD is doing exactly what he wants to do there. Thank you, Blake. Thank you for pointing that out. He actually, it looks like he did tag me in Discord. I just somehow missed that notification. Yeah, he tagged me there. Glad he did. I just somehow missed that. I was too excited in the matchup. Too invested in the game. Yeah, so SRD is doing exactly what he should be doing. Yep, just hiding them in the bridge, following them in. And honestly, that changed the entire dynamic. I think once they realized that one, that the spiders could hide behind the bridge, and two, that Quei Han can't fit there, changes everything. Right? Again, it's so easy to forget when you're playing online, but it's very obvious once you realize, like, once you actually do it in real life, like we saw those pictures. The trooper's on a level 4 and still can't even see. Makes sense. I mean, yeah, it's, the spiders are small. They're so small, so. Interesting placement for that spider on level 2. I mean, just why not engage it and get an attack off and engage units and force attacks? It makes no sense to me. Mark Jackson, that spider is crawling under that bridge. No way you're seeing it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, these spiders, all of them are, they're all protected by no line of sight. So basically, Foudzing is playing with half a map. There's a massive wall right in the middle of the map that he cannot see anything. Oh man, and this really is the only army that would become very relevant, to be honest. That's so interesting. So interesting. Because basically his biggest advantage has now been completely neutered, right? Well, yes and no. Quei Han is everything for this army. Not that the Mar Warriors can't clean this up, because they definitely can. But you can still ping shots at Quei Han. Like, Quei Han, if Quei Han gets in here, like, even if Quei Han gets here, and even if you engage with spiders on the front lines, you've still got 2 full rows of troopers that can just full-on blow up Quei Han. So, yeah, like, sure, spiders attack here, you can just be like, whatever, go ahead. I'll still shoot with my backline. Like, that's what makes the 4th Mass and the 10th Reg so strong, is because with their weight and fire, again, you can engage them and you can attack that front line so that they can't attack like your reinforcements or whatever, but that 2nd and 3rd line that sit behind them can just blow you up, right? They're unengaged, right? And so it's common range squads like this can just be so effective. So effective. Because they force you to come to them, and then even if you engage the frontline guys, the backline guys can still be just as effective. Mark Jackson, I don't think rats can hide from Q9 on the bridge like that, but I'd love to see a picture of it. Yeah. Rats, probably less so. Rats are size 3. Spiders are size 2, but sizes don't necessarily indicate what am I trying to say, like exact size. For example, rats are taller than spiders, but I think smaller than 3 hexes of height. Spiders are technically 2 hexes of height, but I think are smaller than 2 hexes, if that makes sense. So like a spider on the card, it says they're 2 hexes high. But if I were to put them up against hexes, I'm not exactly sure. I don't think they're 2 hexes high. I think they're a little bit smaller. And it's not like their full body is either. Oh, we see something really cool here. Really, really cool here. I see what he did with that spider. Wait. Why did he roll? Oh, because he rolled 3. It's an auto kill. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay. So notice what just happened here. That's why he put the spider on the level 2. Makes a lot of sense. Oh, I love it. I love it when I'm corrected. I'm like, that's a stupid idea. Or, why didn't he just engage? Well, that's a very legitimate use of the spiders. In fact, that extends the range of his effectiveness in this matchup. I love that. So, if you missed it, if you didn't really see what happened there, he moved a spider on this level 2. Previous turn, I think. Well, he would have had to if it was the previous turn. Yeah, because it was an initiative switch. And what he did was he used the special attack from Quahan to start the chain. Okay, so remember, Quahan can do 3 attacks. Now, the 3 attacks, it's chained. But you can target the first one, the second figure has to be within 3, the third figure has to be within 2. So he targets his own figure to start the chain. First figure has to be within 4, second within 3, third one within 2. So the first figure is the spider, then he can hit your guy, then he can hit your next guy. That allows him to sit back in Raylan's aura, and even though he's within the 8 range of the troopers, he's outside the range of their special attack, which their special attack is a range of 6, and it's an attack of 4. So that is huge. That is absolutely huge. Mark Jackson's size indicates reach, not necessarily their physical height. Yeah. Yep. And he lightning rod a spider and on initiative switch. Brutal. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. He's lightning rodding his own spider into the troopers. He traded 1 for 1, so not horrible. In terms of price, that's a win on points. I think 20 points. Actually, yeah. Because 3 spiders is 40 points. I don't know, what is that? 9 something. 9 times 4. 9 points per figure for a spider, and for the troopers it's 20. Yeah, because 80 divided by 4. Yeah, 20. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a great trade. Yeah, 1 spider for 1 trooper. That's a great trade for sure. So actually, the fact that he only got 1 is still a win, which is weird to think about because you think figures 1-to-1, but in terms of price, if you're trading your, I don't know, how many does he have? 16, 17 spiders? If you're trading your 17 spiders for 17 troopers, I mean, that's game, right? I mean, because then it's Quahan, so Quahan versus your heroes. So yeah, that's you'll take a 1-to-1 trade every time. Let's see, Blake. He should have went spider to trooper and swamp to Raylan. Spider to trooper and swamp. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think he's just trying to get kills because that trooper would still get jungle bonus. So it would have been 2, 4, 5 defense. So I think he was just trying to get an early kill. But yes, getting early wounds on Raylan that's typically, when you're Quahan, that's typically what you want to do. Is you want to get potentially 2 targets that are opponents, or other units out, and then Raylan, right? You want to be able to use the effective 9 range of the special attack to be able to target Raylan. So I agree with that. But because he targeted his own spider, I think he just wanted to try and get trooper kills. But with a 3 for 4, yeah, you wish you'd targeted Raylan. Okay, so Foudzing, SRD. Let's see, he loses 1 spider. When he blocked, okay, then he lost, okay, then blocked, and then blocked, yeah. Okay, so we only lost 1 spider. Yep, and I kind of saw that coming with the development on Raylan. I didn't know where he was going to place her, but my original thought was there, but now that Quahan's there, obviously you can't go there. But I kind of anticipated potentially another Raylan development turn. I had mentioned that earlier on in the stream. Because again, back here, you're really restricted by what you can target, right, within her aura. Being the farthest you can get with Quahan is here. But even with Raylan here, where do you plan on going? Like, if you're gonna move her here, the best thing you can do is, like, yeah, you can move up here, but now you're within the special attack range of 6, right? So remember, the troopers get a special attack of 6, but they only get it if they don't move. So sorry. You have the 3 figures that get a normal attack, right? They can move anywhere, attack anywhere. The 4th attack has to come from a figure that did not move, and it's an attack of 4, which is awesome, right? The problem with that is by moving that aggressively here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, you can take special attacks from the troopers, but also, like, Quai Han, where's Quai Han going to go? Because if Raylan's here, this is the spot you want Quai Han. That's the best spot you can place Quai Han to chain into your opponent. Well, okay. No, see, Foudzing's smart, because remember earlier I said that was the best spot? Foudzing counterplayed that, right? And so that's why he moved everything from this back line back here. Okay. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense then. Yeah. Yeah, so Foudzing played this perfectly. This is something I mentioned that might happen earlier, was I was saying how this line might while you could come up here, still be in Raylan's aura, you could attack here and chain stuff. He's vacated this line, moved back, and now is going to force attacks from Quai Han to come up. So this makes sense. Raylan takes level 3 height. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She can still take ping shots from that line. But now Quai Han, 1, 2, 3, 4, can come up to here and basically target anything. Yeah. Unless you spread yourself out to the back 2 hexes. 1, 2. Could he? 4, 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost. But Raylan's actually going to be the lightning rod. Oh, I love it. I love it. So basically, like, Foudzing could move these frontline guys back. So, because remember, the range 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, Quai Han would have to try and be here to chain, you know, this line. So if you move this whole line back here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then he'd have to move 1 hex more, and then he'd have to remove Raylan 1 more. But because Raylan's already there, Raylan can always be the lightning rod for the whole army here, because then Quai Han can constantly just come up here, hit there, and hit whoever he wants. Yeah. Interesting. So Raylan placement's done. He can keep pot-shotting Raylan if he wants. The problem is when Quai Han comes down to shoot, you're always going to be on low ground. What I mean by low ground is you're not getting the height defense. Yeah, you're getting Raylan, but the height, 5 and 6 defense. The average of 6 defense is two shields, right? You'd rather have an average exactly of 2 shields with 6 defense than 5 defense and, you know, have it be wishy-washy. Because with 5 defense, you never really know. With 2 attack from the troopers, when they get that 2 for 2, 5 defense is a little bit suspect. You know, you're more likely to get wounds. But when you have 6 defense and you're averaging 2 shields every time, or statistically you should be getting 2 shields every time, feels a lot better. Oh. That's the baby monitor. 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. You might hear some crying. The baby monitor was actually up here with me from yesterday. Sorry about that, but it should be good. He just woke up. Alright, okay, Blake, what'd you say? You should have went spider to trooper and swamp to rail. Oh, sorry, no, sorry, I already saw that comment. Yes, I think he will going forward, though. Interesting. Where's Foudzing's turn? Maybe he's taking a break. I don't know. Maybe he's so stressed out he's got to take a break. It looks like it's going to be his turn. Oh, he just didn't reveal his turn, but his turn 2. So yeah, he's starting to move his troopers, but he hasn't revealed his turn. But I'm sure he'll catch that in a second. Oh, sorry, man. Coming out of nowhere with my yawns today. So yeah, what's Foudzing gonna do here? Honestly, you just can't deal with the spiders. Kind of like I was saying before, I think you just have to take ping shots on Quay Han and just get as many as possible, and see what SRD does. Like, you kind of have an idea what SRD is trying to do, right? He's trying to develop Raylan up a little bit so that Quay Han can just blast your start zone. You know what's coming. You know spiders are going to engage to try and lock up your attacks. But at the end of the day, I mean, you're sitting back there. Like, that's your play. So, like, take advantage of that and just take shots, right? Like, I don't really think there's anywhere else you can go. I think you just kind of have to sit and shoot. That's kind of how this army was designed. It was just a minimal development, sit and shoot, right? So I would expect, and I would hope to see, I think he will just take, 4 shots on Quay Han. Though he does have some in range for Raylan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, he's got them in range. So these are all in range of Raylan. So I mean, if you really want to be as effective as possible, just take 4 shots on Raylan, and see what happens, right? Because she only has 4 defense. I'm not sure if he's targeting Raylan or not. Yeah, he is targeting Raylan because that's 4 defense. Yeah, he didn't highlight her, but that's probably because she's kind of being blocked by Quay Han there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, he is targeting Raylan. So far, so good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, he used the special attack. Nice. Yep, that's the right play there. But he blanked. Man, what are his stats? I feel like he's been rolling horrible attack. Oh my gosh, I was right. He's rolling 35% attack. Oh, I had a feeling. I was just like, I feel like he hasn't done anything. I feel like he's rolling really bad. I was right. 35% attack dice. Oh, that's awful. Especially when it's only 2 dice you're rolling. It's rough. Ooh, okay. Okay. SRD is being very, very aggressive there. I'm not exactly sure why he chose that particular spot to be aggressive, but it's not. I mean, it doesn't really matter. You can't take height anywhere and target anything, so you know you're going to be on low ground. And he's got 8 range, so you're going to take shots anyway. So yeah, doesn't really matter. Just depends on how good your roll is at this point. 204 is not bad. It's not bad. He only gets 4 defense on those guys. Oof, man, solid defense. Oh, Raylan takes a wound. All right, it's something. Dang, that's crazy defense. I feel like his defense has been nuts. Oh yeah, 50%. Ooh. Ooh. Well, that's bad. When you're rolling 60% attack dice and he's rolling 50% defense. Hey, you know what? He deserves it though. If he's rolling 35% attack, wow, these are totally flipped, right? You would expect your defense to be around 35, something like that. You'd expect your attack rolls to be 50%. That's funny. So I mean, those will flip back at some point in the game, but man, that feels bad because, well, at least he's defending, right? Like, if you're going to have awful attack rolls, then it feels pretty good knowing you're not losing your guys left and right, so that's pretty fair. Now, what's he going to do with the spiders? Is he just still developing them, or is he going to start launching them to the start zone? I think he's just trying to be as patient as possible, but even though you can't be seen, like, and you have 7 move, you still can't engage anything there. Like, from this spot, you're safe. I get that. But you can't actually engage anything from back here. So you really do need to start trying to get some into the start zone. At least one. Especially when you can engage multiple figures. Like, this spot is great. absolutely great. Because you can engage 3 figures and just sit there. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, like these back guys can't get anywhere, so you gotta, in my opinion, you gotta start moving them up and launching them. Okay. Is he creating another lightning rod? I mean, yeah, I guess he is. I don't know why you would though at this point, because if you can come down and attack, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really make sense to do that again, in my opinion, because you've developed Raylan up, and you can already hit everyone with Quahan anyway. You don't have to. You don't have to do that play again. If I'm the troopers, what do I do? Well, if I'm the troopers... Oh. Okay. He was considering engaging Quahan. No, it's a terrible idea. I was going to say, it's not horrible, but, I mean, think about this. I don't know that Raylan can see... Like, that... Okay, in that spot, Raylan can see you. I don't know that Raylan's going to be able to see you in any of those spots, though, so... Oh, okay. Okay, I like what he's doing. So see what he's doing here. So what he's doing here, this is actually really, really smart. So what he's doing here is, the way that Quahan's special attack works, different than Nilfheim's. The way that Nilfheim states, okay, remember any attack, special attack, normal attack, if there's a figure engaged with you, you have to attack that figure, right? The way that Nilfheim's attack work is 3 separate attacks, and you can't attack the same figure, right? So if you engage Nilfheim, Nilfheim can only attack that figure, unless it dies, and then you can attack the other figures. Well, with Quahan, it's a little bit different. The chain can still activate even after you target a... Once you target that first figure, you can still target additional figures that you're not engaged with. That's just how that works, because you're targeting any one figure. That figure's the target, so if that's engaged with you, then that's the starting target. But then the additional targeted figures are in reference to the first figure, or the previous figure targeted. So what he's doing here is he's basically saying, alright, you can target this figure, but then you ain't getting any other figures. Or rather, you're getting a Samu, but then the Samu can just vanish, and then you don't have any targets. So, that's pretty smart. Or he has to disengage, which could be a free wound, in order to get a chain. So I like that. That's a good play. Ooh, 3 for 3. Where was that attack coming from? Was that from here? Oh, he moved one up on height. Was that on Raylan? 3, 4. No, he's outside the range. This does not have 8 range, so... Where was that coming from? What did I miss? Oh, was it going to a... Oh, it must have been going to a spider. Oh, okay, sorry. It was the spider here. That's right, he got rid of the spider here. Yeah. Okay, yeah. And then... the special attack. 2 for 4. Yep, on 1 for 5. Yep. See, that's what I was talking about. You feel a lot better with 6 defense because your average is expected to be 2 out of 6. With 5, it's a little bit suspect because your average is below 2. So the first, anytime he rolls 2 skulls, you worry. Blake says, lead an engagement and light up Raylan. You mean like a normal attack? No. Not ideal. So yeah, he is going for the play on Asamu, but I think if Asamu vanishes, I don't think you can target other figures. Oh, and he blanks anyway. Oh, feels bad. Feels bad. Trading a single microcore for either a disengage or a single attack. Quahan, that's an excellent play. Let's see if I can read that again. I didn't understand the first time. Trading a single microcore for either a disengage or a single attack Quahan. Oh, right, yeah. Well, Quahan still can target multiple figures, but he's limited the targets, right? So the first target has to be this figure. So you have to disengage if you want to get other figures. The second target's Asamu, which is pretty great, because Asamu vanishes, then, okay, whatever, you didn't do any damage. So you're really only getting one other figure, and even then, if he develops and moves these guys next turn out of there, like, then you're really in a pickle if you keep Quahan engaged. Okay, so we've got spiders moving up here. I guess doing the lightning rod play again. I guess maybe also just to force attacks. Like if the spider's here. I don't know. I'm actually really not sure why he likes that spot. I mean, again, it can be there for a lightning rod, but if you've got Raylan developed like he does up here already, and you can stay in this spot around here and chain everything already, like, that doesn't make sense to me. So I'm not sure why you wouldn't just move him in to engage an attack. I'm not really sure about that one. The first play where he did that, I think that was fine, but now I'm just a little bit like, I don't know. Back to the troopers. If I were him, I would do this play again, leave this guy, try and move this guy out, like 1, 2, 3, 4, like move this guy here, move one of these guys out, and move this guy out, so that way the best he can target is this one and Isamu, and that's it. So it either forces him to disengage to get better shots, or he has to take a shot where it's one trooper and maybe Isamu, which, feels bad for the Quahan team, but feels great for the other team if you force that as the play. So, interested to see how he decides on that one, but the troopers, I think, should move out of there. Yep, exactly. He's doing what I thought. So he's moving up, and I think he's going to move him down, and I think he'll move another one out and move him over. I'm going to call it right now. I have a feeling like he's going to do that. I think he's going to try and move. I think he's going to try and get these guys like here, or move a guy out and then move him over, so that there's no more chains from Isamu into his start zone. Mark Jackson, and once Isamu either dies or hits a vanish, there's no second chain. Exactly, 100%. Yep. If he dies or is chained out, then yeah. Then you have to take a disengage or kill that figure, and that's a win for the trooper side. Oh, what I miss? Oh, kill the spider. Oh, okay, so he just moved one. Never mind. So he's still allowing that chain. That's fine, I guess. See, again, 2 for 4, 1 to 5. That's what I was saying. You want to be able to have Quahan on height, but there's really no height spots into the start zone, so that's really huge for that team. The only way Quahan can really keep level 2 height is if he... Well, actually, maybe that's what he was doing, putting that there. Maybe he wanted to do the lightning rod play, where he backs up Quahan here, attacks here, and just goes and starts on, so he maintains that 6 defense, but can still attack. Did I just call it? Is he moving? Is he moving right where I said? Oh, okay. Well, not exactly, but, Oh, right. No, and that makes sense. Disengage. You can still get the chain off and get out for this turn. Kill all 3. Kill all 3. Let's see it. Takes 1 disengage. Oh! Ooh. That feels bad. That hurts. 3 wounds on Quahan. Oh, that's a good roll. Oh, that feels good. That's very likely 2 dead troopers. Isamu, you never know. Let's kill him for good measure, right? Let's see it. Let's see a dead Isamu. Oh. Isamu doesn't die. Wait, 3 defense. Oh, you don't roll... You roll the d20 first, but whatever, that's fine. Huh. Interesting spot. Oh my gosh, he blanked on all of those. What is his defense now? Oh, well, it was 50% before, so yeah, no, that's expected. His attack is going up, though. So yeah, they're starting to equalize. And SRDs are already exactly on point. Ha! 50% exactly, 30% exactly. That's awesome. Okay. So the only way that Quahan maintains height with that 6 defense, like I was saying around Zora, would really be on a level 3. Like, he'd have to control this level 3 height to attack down, but like that's just too ambitious. There's no way this game I think you can pull that off. I mean, well, no, not in Raylan Zora. You'd have to redevelop Raylan again, which that would feel really rough on this at this point in the game. Because like you could drop her from here to like here, and then you could have Quahan go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, but even then, like if you're here or here, this is the best you can get, and all he has to do is develop and move those 2 back, and then he can still range you from 8. Oh. So I think the best you're going to be able to do with Quahan is honestly 5 defense, and if he's rolling 2 skulls, he's got a really good shot of doing damage. That's rough. They're both playing this really well, actually. Especially Foudzing, kind of trying to deny as many good spots for Quahan chains as possible. I've been impressed. 3 troopers to 5 spiders. What's that trade? 9 times 5, 45. 45 points-ish. We'll just say 50 points. To the troopers 60. Okay. That's still a fairly even trade. Huh. Yep, okay. So notice he's not going to that level 2 anymore. He is engaging, hopefully. 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, he can get there. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, he can't get there. I think with the first guy, if he was over here, he could if he wanted to, but... Oh. Really smart. Really smart. Wow. Nicely played. Notice what he did there was he engaged the only guys that could get the special attack. Remember, the special attack's a range of 6, attack of 4. He engaged all the guys that could get the special attack on Quahan, not taking any chances. Nicely done. And again, if they die, they die. That's the point. Their point is to get in the way, to delay. And the fact that they engaged all the guys that can get the special attack off at Quahan is awesome. Well done. Really good play. Let's see. Interesting. I wonder why he feels the need to develop those guys up. What's his plan? Why does he feel the need to develop them up? Oh, I guess 1, 2, 3. Okay, actually, I think it makes sense. So, I think he wants to develop more up onto the front line to try and get more troopers that he has to engage with spiders, because he always wants to get a special attack of 6 off at Quahan. At that spot, he can get special attacks on Quahan from this front line, but he has to have more on the front line to be able to get that shot off, especially if the spiders are trying to engage him. Does that make sense? It makes a lot of sense. 3 defense, yeah, for the jungle. Okay, yeah. Okay, and he's taking shots, but he's blocking them. Oh, yeah, it's a dead spider likely. Yeah, okay. But he just keeps clearing spiders. He's trading about 2 spiders for every one trooper, which is an even trade. So if you're trading 2 spiders for every 1 trooper, you're actually looking pretty good in terms of price paid, right? Not in terms of points, because oh well. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's still an okay trade. Well, he's got, what, 4 squads of troopers left? And you've already lost 2 squads of spiders. Yeah, no, I think that's still a pretty fair trade. Okay, so where does Quahan go? Where does Quahan go? 1, 2, 3. No, yeah, you're not. Yeah, you just have to be on low ground. There's really no good spots. Yeah. Yeah, there's really no good spots. I think the only places you can really go are here, here, or here. I mean, obviously you could technically go here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I mean, if you need to go here, well, if you can go here, you might as well just go there. They're essentially the same thing. Yeah, and go for Raylan. Yeah. Whether or not he can see that, I think so. Ranquist, hey, welcome. Also, comment, I think that Raylan placement was a mistake. If he would have put her center bridge, Q could swing around to the other hill. Yeah, I don't necessarily know if it was a mistake. It did. Here's the thing. If he goes Raylan center hill, he can always take shots at Raylan, especially with the special attack. By placing Raylan there, he still keeps Raylan safe, and he can still get attacks off of the start zone. Oh, wow. Crazy defense on that last guy, but he gets 2 wounds on Raylan. Ooh, and only 2 life left. Okay. Wow. Sorry, what was I saying? Yeah, so if he goes Raylan middle bridge, yes, he can take that level 3 height over there, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But then the troopers opt to just blow up Raylan. And with 7 life and 5 defense, you feel a little bit better about Quahan's survivability and soaking a lot of shots. In that position where Raylan's at currently, it's not horrible. Like, it's okay. Like, because she can still cover Quahan, as we see, and Quahan can still target the start zone. So, I think it's fine. I don't think the left side hill is as, like, I made a big stink about the 5 versus 6 defense, right? Being able to have height with Quahan, but with the amount of range that the troopers have, and the way that Foudzing is playing this really well with developing his start zone to basically avoid any chains from height. I think, again, if Quahan were to move over here, then he would just move these back guys back over here, where they can't be chained from height. And so the bridge would seem like a good play until you have the troopers who can just melt Raylan, and then it would feel really bad. And so I think that was a good conservative play, what he did there in reality. So, but Quahan still only 4 life left. 4 life and 5 defense. That does go pretty quick if you get a couple bad rolls. So this could turn itself pretty ugly pretty soon if you get a few good rolls from the troopers. That said, this map is so built for Mara Warriors. Holy heck. I mean, they could play this map for days. Oh, excuse me. Man, telling ya. I don't know where all these yawns came from. I actually got a good sleep last night. It's kind of crazy. I like hit a wall at about like 10:30. Like passed out. I don't usually go to bed that early. Yeah, 10. I know. For some of you, you're thinking, man, 10:30 is late, but no, I tend to stay up pretty late. So, but my body shut down last night. It said I had to go to bed at 10:30, and so I passed out. So I had a good sleep, but man, I guess I'm still a little bit tired. Anyway, for those of you on while we wait for a few turns here, how's Mother's Day going? It's a new round, so each took turn 3. They're trying to decide what their next turns are, but hopefully your Mother's Day is going well, and you've called your mothers, which actually reminds me, before I forget, I'm going to write a little sticky note to call my mother, because I love my mom. Yeah, hopefully you guys have had a good Mother's Day, done something special for your wives or mothers or important women in your life, and yeah, show them appreciation. Me and the kids woke up early this morning and gave them some baths, got them ready for church, and got the house cleaned up, made some bacon and eggs and toast for Lady Heroescape this morning, and got the house cleaned up, so it was good. It's been a good day. Hopefully you guys' day is going well too. Better now that Heroescape's playing, right? Alright, well, again, I'm a little bit surprised by their taking so long on their turn markers, but I missed a turn marker. It looks like the troopers hadn't taken their turn yet. I was like, why are they taking so long? Oh, man. Oh, feels bad. All it takes is that one roll. Oh, 3 for 4. And then a 1 for 5. Oh, Quahan. Now it's going to be the end of the round. And... oh, man. Man, these last few matches where I've been showing the troopers, they just seem so strong. Like, this... it is so hard to deal with them because they sit back. They have 2 base defense. Well, now they're in Raylanzor, so now their base defense is 4. Oh, and by the way, now they're in Laglor Zora, so now their range is 8. Oh, well, they only have 2 attack. But if you get within 6 range, they get 1 attack of 4. Pretty solid. Oh, by the way, that attack of 4 is also a special attack, so it bypasses some units that have abilities. It can bypass those. Oh, and by the way, when you attack them, you don't get height attack. You don't get height advantage. So even though they can literally just sit in their start zone from 8 spaces away, ping shot you to death. And then when you say, oh, well, that's fine, because I'll just take the hills in the map, and I'll get the glyphs, and blah, blah, blah. Well, it's like, well, the hills are nice because it gets you extra defense, but the part about Heroescape that can make, position so strong is getting that extra attack dice from height, right? Because all of a sudden it makes a 2 attack unit a 3 attack, or a 3 attack a 4 attack unit, right? And so you can actually throw out tons of dice and just blow through enemies when you have control of the map and the height. Well, this unit basically counters position. Meaning, like, if you're taking height position, if you're taking position in the map and you've controlled the map, it really doesn't matter to the troopers. They're like, whatever. Like, yeah, you'll get extra defense, but I'll just shoot you to death. I'll just tickle you to death, right? Because, like, yeah, I might not kill you in 1 or 2 hits with, like, crazy attack dice, but if I attack you, like, 10 times with 2 dice, odds are I'm going to get, 3 or 4 wounds, or, on a hero or something, or if it's squad figures, I'll, occasionally get a kill here or there, until you come to me. And then as you have to come to me, I just blow you up with my special attack for 1 big attack, plus my 3 smaller attacks. And again, you're never getting height advantage, so even those troopers down in the swamp, they're totally fine. They're like, nah, I'm not ever going to take damage. I've got the defense I've got, and you don't get extra attack dice on me. Again, no guarantees. Quahan could still, just destroy and
and totally melt this army. It's very far from over, but man, when you got a 2-leg Quahan, it does not feel good. When he's still got 20, no, I'm not sorry. He started with 20, 15, yeah, 15. I can't do math. I mean, if you're here, yeah, just attack that guy. Chain it into Samu and Raylan. Though, man, if you're going to engage, why didn't you just move him here? Oh, Raylan Zora. Duh. Took me 2 seconds to answer my own question. That's funny. But, but I think if you're going to make that play, yeah, exactly. If you're going to make that play to engage him and force him to disengage or target units he doesn't want to target, then don't worry about staying in Raylan Zora. Like, use that as a sacrificial lamb, move him here. And now Quahan literally has no targets and has to disengage or has to just kill that one figure. Like, that's the better play in my opinion. I would rather you go out of Raylan Zora, go here, force an attack and a kill, and basically waste a turn, rather than still get an attack and then allow 2 additional chains, right? Because then you're just sacrificing one unit instead of potentially sacrificing others. Now, Isamu, like, you don't really care that he dies here, but in the end game, if he's all you've got left, like, he's still solid here, like, he can still take it. And then obviously you don't want, Raylan to take shots. You'd prefer Raylan didn't take shots. So that's my only qualm with the way he played that, is he keeps engaging Quahan, which I like, but like, stop allowing these chains. Okay, solid 2 for 4. Well, he blocked it, not bad. Oh, look at that, Isamu. If I'm Isamu, just get him out of there. Move him back here, move him here. Stop allowing him to be a chain reaction here. Get him out of there. Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah. That actually makes a lot of sense. That limits your position for Quahan, how many positions so that you have to kind of be here to do the chain. So you can only kind of sit here. You can't really sit here. Oh, okay. I like that actually a lot. Okay. Yep, bringing spiders up for engagements. Makes sense. Ooh. Yeah, because you don't want this guy special attacking him. And this guy's out of range, so yeah, you're basically saving Quahan from a special attack. That's good. Quahan can still take pings of 2, but you have to trust your 5 defense into attacks of 2 at that point. Dang. It's crazy how much ground we've covered in almost 2 hours here. It's been an hour and 40 minutes. It's crazy, man. Time goes by. What? No, yeah, we started... No, 3:30? No, yeah. Hour and 40 minutes? Yeah. Yeah, 3:30, yeah. Central time, that is. What? Oh, I was like really confused. I was like, where did that spider and trooper going? Okay, so he's not making that move. Something to keep in mind, the spiders could do a stinging web on the troopers at some point here. Oh, 0 for 4. Oy. Oh, that feels so bad. Oh, man, when you go 1 for 2 and then you blank twice, or when your opponent goes 1 for 2 and you blank twice, oh, man, those are huge kills. Honestly, the spider's value is just to engage and then soak damage and die. But, man, when they get kills too, oh. Man.
That's rough. It's rough. Sorry, let's see. Okay, troopers. Interesting. Well, after that turn, I think things might be back in Quay Han's favor, I think. Here's why. You've got 4 developed spiders, which is really, really good. So you're limited by your position that you can take. Well, no, you can still attack Quay Han anywhere, basically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, yeah, you can still attack Quay Han from anywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, yeah, you're fine. So you can't get your special attack off, but you can get 4 attacks of 2 on Quay Han if you want them. In fact, you can probably get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, you can get all 4 of these guys same level attacks on Quay Han. Huh. Sorry, baby monitors. Okay, so yeah, what's his plan here? Okay, so we developed a guy out of the swamp. So we didn't want to be on low ground, but again, you're not giving up attack dice. Oh. What? Why? Just to get a hide attack? Like what? To like use that to get a hide attack on the spider? Okay, special attack, sure. Or like a same level attack on the level 2? I guess. Yeah, same attack. Okay, yeah, same attack. Yeah, sure. Yeah, 3 defense. My guess is he's just gonna go for that one. 2 blanks but 2 kills. Not bad. I mean, yeah. He'll take it, but that confuses me. Why? Why go outside Raylan Zora? I mean, now he can just engage that, right? Or maybe not. 1, 2. Oh no, he can't. Oh no. No, he can't. So that's actually a safe spot. Okay. Not bad. Alright. Okay, Quay Han, what are you doing? Gonna kill this spider and chain in? 1, 2, 3. I mean, okay, yeah. I was gonna say, don't go there because he can still get the special attack off at you. But by here, he can chain here and get 2. But you chain here. The best you can do is here and here. Or no. You can do here and here. Yeah. If you're gonna do it, chain your spider and just like we were saying before, chain the swamp guy and then the Raylan. Especially because Raylan's only got 1 life left. Absolutely. Yeah. That's the play. Go here, chain your own, kill that, alright, and then attack here, then attack there. Try and finish off Raylan. Absolutely. That's really good to play. Two for 4. Oh, man. Wait, what just happened? Spider's dead. What the frick just happened? Spider's dead. This dude's dead. Oh no, that guy's saved. Because he gets 5 and Raylan saved. Oh. I was confused by the 1 and 1. Oh, feels bad. Oh, feels bad, man. That's the right play. 2 for 4, a solid roll. It's a good roll. You kill your own. That's the risk you take. He blocks it with 5 because he's next to jungle. And then he blocks it with 2 for 3 on Raylan. Man, that was big. Woo! And you're starting to run low on spiders, so killing Raylan that turn would have been huge, because then you can start. Then the next turn you're getting right, big attacks with 2 defense units. But man, you gotta try and kill her. Now every turn after this point that you don't kill Raylan is like massive. The fact that you missed that turn, big, but not insurmountable. You can come back from that. If he keeps missing kills, like if at this next turn, the turn after that, and he doesn't kill her, it's gonna hurt. Because he's really starting to run low on spiders, and the spiders basically just have to soak damage and take up shots until, Quahan kind of breaks through that. Zach T, how much health does the Trooper's Raylan have left? 1 life. 1 life left, right down here. So 4 out of 5. The other Raylan on the Quahan side is full health. Yeah. So it's really, really interesting because Quahan Army SRD is kind of forced to try and find the targets for Raylan, which means he either needs to target his own units or just jump down onto low ground, well, not low ground, same level, and target Raylan. But you can really only do that from this spot, and I don't know if they're going to allow a line of sight to Raylan. You assume so just because Quahan's so big, but that is 3 trees. I don't know. And that spider's kind of blocking the spot you'd want to be in right there. Yeah. That might be a mistake. I'm wondering where well, no, because he can still target like this. No, yeah. Where would he have to go? Here? No, he could go here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Target this trooper, that trooper, then. Yeah, right. Okay, yeah. Yeah, he can still get his attacks. Yeah, he's fine. That's what makes Quahan so nuts, is like it's very, very flexible. The special attack is so flexible. It makes it really, like, you can counter it, but you have to work really hard to counter it. Like, really hard. Almost too hard. Let's see. Let's see. Oops, sorry. Those are stats. My live stream stats. Make sure it's still working. Okay, not bad. Sorry, apparently my eyes are tired because I can't see anymore. Oh no, I'm good. Alright. Alright, Mark Jackson. Yeah, this is Quahan we're talking about. Easier to leave the position you want Quahan in the best option. Sorry, that didn't make any sense. Yeah, this is Quahan. Oh, right, talking about easier to leave the position you want Quahan in the best position. Yeah, Quahan is... Quahan's just so tough to deal with because when you do the plays that Foudzing's doing, right? When you're engaging to try and force one single target, even then you still find ways to get multiple targets. And even then he would like disengage and still, find targets. Like it's really, really tough to play around. But so far, like, Foudzing's done a pretty good job. And I mean, he's cleared out the frontline spiders, so he cleared the spider that mattered. Because now he can get a special attack. Oh, and he finally got his 6th defense to get that average of 2. Doesn't matter. Oh, man. His stats have actually been pretty average, so... Oh, man. Ah, feels bad. Man, that feels bad. Oh, 2 for 2 on Quayon. This could be a dead Quayon. Oh, it's a dead Quayon. Oh, man. Oh, man. That's so bad. Dang. That was very, very untimely. Again, game's not over. You still have more warriors, but holy cow. Oh, did it? What? Oh, no, the stats. I don't know why the stats just died. Shoot. I wanted to see what the stats were going to be, but apparently those died. Dang. That. Oh, man. I expected Raylan or Quayon to stick around a little bit longer. Oh boy, but yeah, that's not. I mean, that's crazy. Oh, that's crazy. He got Raylan down to 1 life. Raylan's not dead. He didn't even kill 2 full squads. He's still got 13 troopers. Whew. Man. I mean, if he kills Raylan here with the spider, that's huge. Because that means, like, the Mar Warriors could pull this thing out. Just because they won't have the defense. And so it'll be attacks of 2 versus a defense of 2, which is anyone's game. Especially with the Mar Warriors that can regenerate. But, man, your spiders just feel so useless right now. Oh, our little buddy's crying. Sorry about that. Okay, so it looks like we've got troopers. Oh, sorry. I apologize. I totally missed it. Yeah, so he took out Ryland. Sweet deal. He got 2 for 2. Oh man, he couldn't ask for a better roll than that. And then a blank. That's huge. Because now your spiders kind of have filled. I wouldn't say they filled their value. I mean, they've done great, but I mean, you might. What's he got? Is that his turn 3? Yeah, turn 3 on spiders. So next round, you might put 1 order marker on spiders just to like 3, 4, 5, 6. They can't even grab a loading for you. That's pretty trash. Well, yeah, I would take 1 order marker next round, get some engagements, try and get a kill, get Lilia Ivor, maybe grab Loden if you can, just cuz, and then everything else goes on Mar Warriors. Because Mar Warriors can, with Lilia Ivor, can do pretty good on a level 3 in this position here, right? Especially because they can sit in these water pools and regen within Raylan's Orb, which is massive. Especially because I think if they're here, there's no line of sight. I don't think there's going to be any line of sight with a Mar Warrior in this water, backed by a Raylan, and behind a wall. Real talk there. I just don't think so. And that might come up. We'll see. But that would be huge, because Mar Warriors can come this way, have a little bit of extra range, stay in her aura, stay on level 2, level 3, take shots down here. Again, if they lose a couple, drop into water, have the jungle bonus, regen here, and they're all within Raylan's aura. Like, massive, massive, massive endgame there. Like, Mar Warriors still could totally could win this game, just simply because of that. Also, on the flip side, there's still like 15 troopers left. Well, not 15. 13. And 13 troopers are gonna... Well, let's see. Yeah. 13 troopers, yeah, because 3 squads, 12, yeah. 13 troopers is still going to take a long time to eat through. It's just... I mean, even if you're regenning with Mar Warriors, like, that's turns you're regenning and they can still get 4 attacks. Yeah, like, it's not going to be easy, I'll say that. I'm rooting for the underdog here, but yeah, it's Microcore have a pretty good shot of closing this out. But I think they've got to be aggressive at this point and take height, simply to avoid the Mar Warriors getting height. Because whereas Mar Warriors are going to have the advantage if you sit back, if you take these heights and you're able to get this level 3, level 2 height around in here, then no matter where these guys go, especially as they're trying to develop, you can pick them off and limit their regen abilities. So, and I think that's what he's doing. I think he's being smart, and he's starting to move his guys up for that reason, which is good. Dude, just no, you can't see. I know, Foudzing, you really want to get that line of sight, but that angle's just not going to fly. Mark Jackson, what stops SRD from sitting back and forcing the Warriors to come to him? Is there space in the start zone to back up? Well, so SRD is the Mar Warriors and the Spiders and Raylan. Foudzing is the Troopers. So I'm assuming you mean Troopers. I mean, he can. To be completely honest, he totally can. Like, these Troopers can sit back, and from 8 range, they can still reach Raylan and just sit there and pop her off. Absolutely. The downside with Mar Warriors is that they can perpetually never die, because they can regenerate in water. And this wall right here blocks them from view of the Troopers. So imagine a scenario where you have one Mar Warrior sitting in this water here, and you have 3 figures, the other 3 Mar Warriors, with Lilia Ivor. So say a Spider takes Lilia Ivor, so range 7, sitting on level 2, right? So sitting on the bridge, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They can range anything back here, and so then they're getting heights of 3, so 3 attacks of 3. That's well, sorry, no, you're right. They don't get height attacks. I apologize. So still 2 attacks of 2. So they don't get the height bonus against the Troopers. So they still get 2 attacks of 2, but that's a solid chance of killing a Trooper. It's not so much that height gives the Mar Warriors like a huge advantage, but they're able to sit in Raylan's aura. They're able to have height defense when you attack back. They match your attack output, but then they also regenerate. So if you end up killing 1 or 2 Mar Warriors, then they just retreat back to the water, regenerate really quick, and then hop right back up. And they can do that nonstop, perpetually, like I said. And because they can regenerate in water, even if you come out and try and snipe them while they're regenerating, they've got that 5 defense, right? So not easy. All I'm saying is that, yes, while he can sit back and ping shot Raylan, that's a legitimate strategy. I think he has to start now trying to take height so that he can shoot these Mar Warriors before they get into Raylan's aura and before they develop into the map. It's still going to take him a couple turns to get into the map. And so I think that's kind of what he's doing here, is he's starting to move his guys up, starting to try and still take defensive position like on jungle and on height, but starting to move forward to try and now gain a better spot to deal with the Mar Warriors. Let's see. Ooh, ouch. A blank on Raylan? Was that what that was? Yeah. Oh no, that was the blank on the Spider. Oh gosh, those are some good rolls. Oh, not bad. So, man, solid attacks. 2 for 2 twice. That was pretty sweet. Well, you only got 1 wound, but that, take it. Not bad. Yeah, you can just kind of sit there and ping off at Raylan. If you can kill Raylan, if you can honestly blow up Raylan here before the Mar Warriors get into position, yeah, you pretty much game over, in my opinion. Mar Warriors still can do Mar Warrior things, but like they're really scary if they're sitting in Raylan Zora with water nearby. So we'll see how that goes. Is that end of round? Yeah, and that's end of round now, so they have some decisions to make. If I'm SRD, I probably throw Order Marker 1, maybe even 2 on Spiders. There's only 5 left now. Probably Order Marker 1. And just try and grab Lilia Ivor, get them into annoying positions on, like, level 3 height, or, like, somewhere around here, just so that they can't move up. Something like that. Yeah, probably 1 second. Dang. Let's see. SRD. Okay, so they set order mark. Well, no, SRD set order markers. I don't know that Foudzing really changes his plan of action here. I think he goes full troopers. Yeah, because there's no reason to move out Laglor at this point. You don't need. Well, I mean, you could. Yeah, you could. You could move Laglor like here or here. And then you literally just can shoot anywhere on the map. Whereas, well, no, he can still aura you all the way up here. Yeah, you don't need to move Laglor. I don't think it makes sense. 1, 2, 3, yeah. You can still do anything you want. Unless he wants to be able to take this position. And he might be doing that. He actually might be doing that. He might be considering moving Laglor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. He might be considering that. That's actually not horrible. If you move Laglor up to here, he's still covered by jungle, and now he can cover this level 3 height, and so now you can take this level 3 height and just blow up everything. Okay, so it looks like he might have considered it on a Laglor. It's on troopers. We'll see if he ended up doing a turn 2 or turn 3 on him. Ooh. He misspelled it. Toopers. I'm curious. What did he, that means he changed that order marker. Huh. Interesting. So he did put it on Laglor. Here's why. He has 3 that are listed as troopers. Right? All spelled the exact same. If you were going to start the next round, if you were going to do the next round, you would never adjust any of those trooper order markers. Right? You would never spell them differently. What he did was he deleted the Raylan, and normally you would just put in Laglor if that's the X, which the Raylan we know was the X. And so normally you would take your troopers and just leave them. You wouldn't touch them. But he misspelled one, which means this order marker, the X, was Raylan. He typed in troopers on accident, which made that Raylan order marker now a troopers order marker. He deleted one of the troopers order markers that actually was an order marker 1, 2, or 3 and typed in Laglor. Pay attention. I've done this before myself, and I've seen other people do it, and it's a very it's something that I don't know, maybe people pay attention to it, maybe not, but for those of you out there who want to play online HeroScape effectively, pay attention to it. It's a little bit different than in-life HeroScape because the order markers are, little markers. But in online HeroScape, your markers are how you type them. And that is a pro tip. I pay attention to that constantly. Like how quickly someone reveals their order mark, or how quickly someone places their order markers after a round is over. Kind of indicates if they've changed anything. It doesn't mean they can't quickly copy paste and type in and boom, I mean, obviously there's, you have really no idea how quickly someone can type or whatever, but in this instance, it's obvious there's an order marker because he'd have no reason to retype troopers and then accidentally type it troopers if that was in order marker 1, 2, or 3. Does that make sense? Because the previous round, he already had 1, 2, and 3 fully spelled troopers, troopers, troopers. Exactly the same. And then Raylan. So we know that X order marker Raylan's dead, so if he was just going to fake it and put it on Laglor, he could just delete Raylan, put on Laglor, and all the troopers would look exactly the same because he didn't change them. But because he put Laglor on one of the ordered markers, he had to change the Raylan X order marker to a troopers, and then he typed it wrong. And so we know one of the order markers is on Laglor. Let's go. Now, if I'm totally wrong, then he's totally mind gaming us, and he did that on purpose, which is also, I guess, possible, but, you know, Anyway, you know how to fake me out now with order markers. Just misspell your order markers when you play against me, and then I'll think I know something, and then I actually don't, and I end up reading into it too much. Next level thinking right there. Anyway, oh man, that hurts. A 3 for 4 on that special attack and then a blank. Oh, I can't watch. One more attack to go. Don't blank. Woo! Dang. Well, after the starting blank, she decided to shield up and block out. But I don't know that she's going to have time to help out the Mara Warriors. They can't get in her range. Yeah, I mean they're very likely not going to get a turn with her defense. So I think we're going to see a quick exit of the Mara Warriors after she goes down. But if turn 2 is on Laglor, which honestly I can't see turn 2 being on Laglor based off of his placement here, because there's no good spot to put Laglor unless you put him here. That makes no sense. Or here. You could put Laglor here. But again, the best place is to have him cover this spot. And now you've covered all the spots that you're going to have him land. So based off of Foudzing's placement, I'd say turn 3 is on Laglor. Because if you were planning for Laglor to be on a turn 2 to gain this, to protect this level 3 height, and with his aura, there's no way that he takes this placement, in my opinion. If he did, that's awful placement. Yeah. Oh, he mind gamed us. Oh, I was so confident. He mind gamed us. Oh, next level right there. You see what he did? He misspelled one of them to make it look. So that's next level. See, I was like at this level of next level, and now he's at this level of next level where he's misspelling order markers to counter the thought that he was putting an order marker on Laglor. Woo! I love it. I'm glad that I was corrected. Well played. Because I was honestly like, it's not a horrible idea. I mean, at any point in the game, that's a fairly good point to do it, is to bring up Laglor. He can cover the level 3. You can gain level 3 and just kind of go to town. It's not a bad move. That said, you're ahead enough in this game at this point, you don't need to make that move either, right? So, but what's gonna wig me out is if like turn 3 is on Laglor, then I'm gonna be like, I give up. There's no rhyme or reason to the order markers. That's funny. I'm gonna have to ask Foudzing about that, if that was intentional. Oh, it had to be intentional, right? Because turn 1, 2, and 3 were the previous round were all on troopers. So you can't misspell it if you're going to leave those as your turns. So he must, like, I guarantee he purposefully misspelled that to make it look, yeah, that's got to have been intentional, 100%. I'm going to have to ask him about that. If it's all a mistake, then I wonder how you mistakenly go into an order marker and delete the R to make it look like it was misspelled. But anyway. I mean, that said, like, at this stage in the game, it doesn't make a huge difference, right? Like, it might be a bigger difference if, the order marker placement was going to, make a huge difference in the game, but troopers can kind of just coast at this point until they lose like 5 or 6. I think they don't have to really worry too much. Once you lose 5 or 6, I think then you're starting to worry that the Mara Warriors or Marku could, kind of finish out the game. Because that would leave you with what? Man, if he loses 5, he's still got 2 full squads. So no, you're not even worried for... I think if you lose 7... That if Foudzing loses 7 troopers, he's still got 6 troopers left. Like, 6 troopers could be cleaned up by Marku, not very likely. And it really just depends on the state of the Mara Warriors. It's just so rough. Like, I don't even know. I don't even know how you... Yeah, that's crazy. And we are going on 2 hours and 10 minutes for this live stream. Longest one yet. I blame you guys for making my wife angry. No, it's all good. It's all good. She's very supportive. 2 for 4, 1 for 4. Oh, Raylan. Dang. Yeah, I mean, kind of expected. Kind of expected, to be honest. She was on her last leg, taking those 3 wounds last round on that 3 for 4, and then blank was pretty big. Spiders are kind of useless. I still kind of... I mean, turn 1 on spiders wouldn't have been horrible at the beginning of this round, like I said, just to try and get maybe a couple engagements in Lilia Ivor, but... Yeah, it's just... After Quahan goes down at that stage, I think Quahan went down really... Probably 2 turns too early. Because think about it, Quahan never got a turn to Lightning after killing Raylan. Well, not even after killing Raylan, because technically Raylan was killed after Quahan was killed by a spider. So, really, you needed 2 more turns on Quahan of full turns killing Raylan. Or sorry, full turns killing... unprotected troopers, because then potentially you're clearing 4 or 5 of them, right? And if you're clearing 4 or 5 and then you go down, then this looks a little bit more of a manageable end game. But yeah, I mean, it's just not looking good. Like, honestly, from SRD's perspective, I'm not even sure how you play this, because well, this is a really good regenerate pool. In fact, the way you play this is you do come out, I think, as best you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. You try and take these spots. Yeah, Lilia Ivor. You want to grab Lilia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, you can't. 1, 2. Sure, you can take a shot at Isamu. Why not? You want to be within... Yeah, like, this is your regen pool, and with jungle, so that's great. Oh, nice. Yeah, take a sniper shot. Let's go. Woo! Yeah, Samu shot. Kill the Samu. Oh, and he kills the Samu. Why not? Let's go. Feels good. Feels good to get kills. So it's a good start. This actually is probably the best position you can be in, because it's next to jungle. It's all within a one movement to get to your to your swamp regen pool. Because if they kill 2, you can move 2 back here and here. You can regen into 2, and the 2 front guys are next to jungle, which is great. Because that forces him to have to take these positions here or up here to be able to attack down, and without being in his aura, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, nice, look at that. Even from this row here, he can't even reach that hex there. That's huge. That means he either just has to fully advance up onto the bridge to attack down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And even then he can't attack these back guys. Or he's going to have to spend a turn moving up Laglor like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, like, honestly, just develop Laglor here and then you're fine. You take a turn to develop Laglor, then you move all your guys up onto these level 3s and 2s. No, not even over here. Just literally over here. And then you can just shoot down into what the Maros are trying to do. And then when they regen, you can just kind of take the bridge and blow them up. But again, you have to take a turn to develop Laglor at some point. Because if you sit back at this point, the Maros actually legit could beat you. Because they can stay next to low ground on these jungles, take shots, and then if you kill one or two of them, they can retreat back and regen here. That's pretty solid. It's a pretty solid game plan. See how it works out. Again, it's 2 attack versus 2 defense, usually. Sorry, 1 second here. Okay. Let's see here. One to 4. 2 for 3. 1 to 4. Nice. It takes out the first Marl Warrior. Still not sure you can see that spider, but I'll let them make that call. I don't think so. It's a tough angle still. But he is closer. Yeah, just go for the Maros at this point. 3 attack versus 4 defense. Oh, he's already forced him to have to regen. Oh, ooh, feels bad. Feels bad. Honestly, they might even just call it there. No, never give up, never surrender. You've still got 2 more warriors. You can regen back. Force him to come to you. Or not. When you lose 2, the play is always to regenerate. Now, obviously, again, not great odds of coming back at this point in the game, but the only way you come back at this game is playing the regen game. And that is not the regen game. When you get 2, when 2 die, it doesn't matter what plans you had in getting attacks. You have to retreat to water and just regenerate to full health. Like, that's the only way to play Marl Warriors. You just have to accept, okay, I lose my next turn to attacks and I just have to regen. Because the point is you just have to out-regenerate their attack. Like, now you're in his range 6 for his special attack of 4, and now he can just take attacks of, wait, what? What? Okay, Marl Warriors, 1 for 3. Oh, he rolled 1 for 3 because he doesn't get hide attack. Yeah, okay, I see what's happening there. Yeah. Yeah, see, this makes no sense. That was end of round there. Why would you end the round taking attacks down? You want to end the round regenerating so that the next round, if you win initiative, then you get 4 attacks. See, now you're wasting turns regenerating on low ground. See, this is not. This bugs me. Turn 3, you know he has no attacks immediately against you. Go to water, regenerate up to full health, so that at the beginning of the next round you have 4 of them. So if you win initiative, then you get 4 attacks. Instead, he went 2 attacks. Now he's regenerating with 4, but now he's all on low ground, so now he's going to get 4 attacks of 4 down, or 4 attacks of 3 down onto the Tomorrow Warriors. Again, it's an uphill battle the whole way regardless. But if you want a chance to win the game at this stage in the game, you have to play like perfectly with the Tomorrow Warriors. It's possible. I've seen it done. It's been done to me. Tomorrow Warriors are insane. But you have to play them perfectly. And I'm not trying to dog on SRD here. I mean, he's played a good game. But that, I think, was a mistake. I think that was a mistake at that point in the game. If you want to come back, you have to regenerate first on that previous turn, especially at the end of the round when you know you're not... When it's not 100% sure that you'll get an attack immediately on you, you want to regenerate, and then then you bring them back out. But again, like I was saying, now you're guaranteeing he's getting 4 attacks down on your Morrows, and now he can just wipe you out. And now, if say he kills 2 again, or say he kills 3, now you're forced to have to regenerate, and now he's still just getting height attacks on you. So, I think, and once the Tomorrow Warriors are dead, it's just over. So hopefully that doesn't end up spelling the end for the Tomorrow Warriors, but it kind of feels that way. Which is unfortunate because Tomorrow Warriors really can take the game. They can. I mean, it's happened to me. It just has. They can just straight up take a game like that. If you play them perfectly, though, it just takes a lot of meticulous and yeah. Well, it takes some good rolling too, but obviously, right? But yeah, I mean, he's gonna get just full attacks down on the Tomorrow Warriors here. And 1 special attack, because I'm sure he's going to use this guy to special attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He'll probably special attack here, and then just do normal attacks down on these guys. Yeah, these 2 here, and then this guy here, or something like that. Yeah. This guy special attack either here or here, I would imagine. These guys will attack here. This guy attacks there. Calling it. Is he going to get all 4 kills? No, probably not. But I would say he's going to get at least 2. Ooh, especially if he rolls on a 3 for 3 on a normal attack. The special attack still hasn't been rolled for yet. 4 versus 4. Ooh, yeah. Called it. At least 2. You can expect that based on the situation, yeah. See, now as the Tomorrow Warriors, you're just forced to regen, and that's all you can do. You have to regenerate until you defend. Oh, and he even fails one of the regenerations. So he gets 1, but he fails the other, so... Yeah, there's the tupers again. Oh. Little stinker. He got me on that one. Alright, finish off the Tomorrow Warriors and call it a game. Ooh. Finish off the Tomorrow Warriors and call it a game. I can feel it. Calling in the game tonight. Hold on. Boom, boom. Yeah, not much to do here, honestly. Just blow them up. Just do it. Just kill him dead. Kill him dead. Come on now. Yeah, special attack and then 3 attacks down. Yeah, just finish it off. Let's see it. Let's see. Oh, 4 for 4. Ah, ha, ha. Oh man. Yeah, this is not looking good. Well, I mean, it hasn't been looking good for a little while, but you know what I mean. Oh, man, and to end it with that kind of rolling, feels bad. GG's. I guess they're calling it there. If not, I mean, I'll sign off. I mean, that's game. But hopefully they call it there. I mean, it's literally just spiders and Marku, and there's no way they're coming back. So, I hope they call the GG here. But like I said, even if they don't, I'll call the GG for them and sign off. Again, they're on chat together, so I'm sure they're talking about it. But all his order markers are Mara Warriors, so he's yeah. Weird. Yeah, I was right. Oh, I guess it's weird. It didn't chat me. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so for some reason my chat didn't show up. But yeah, so that's it. That's game. So that's the semifinal. So we've got the finals now. If we go and look at the event bracket here, finals are going to be between Foudzing and Boromir. So that is going to be I'll be honest, I did not expect this for the vCheese final. It's going to be 10th Reg, which are 4 squads of 10th Reg, and Heracles, and then 5 squads of troopers. Well, Raylan and Heracles. Each side has Raylan. 5 squads of troopers, Laglor, Raylan. Which is so intriguing because the 10th Reg have actually been such a strong army because they match up quite well in terms of, you know, effectiveness on a lot of the armies out there in the vCheese format. But Heracles is just such a strong counter for so many of these armies that do have large and huge figures. There was a lot of the vCheese armies have dragons or death chasers or just in general he's a great counter. But I don't know what you should do there. I mean, Heracles is kind of a dead weight. I mean, you can use him to go and engage. He's got 8 life and he's got solid defense. So he can definitely be used to just try and soak damage. And depending on the map and the glyphs, he might be able to, grab a glyph and just sit on it if it's maybe Wannick or I don't know, a range glyph or something, movement. I don't know. But you're looking at basically just a stats game. You've got each side that gets 4 figures, 4 techs per turn. They have the exact same stat line, so they'll both be backed by Raylan. The biggest difference is just that Laglor allows the troopers to outrange the 10th, and so the 10th are going to have a hard time getting the same attack output they need to really deal with the troopers. I really think the troopers have a heavy advantage in that matchup. Kind of depends on the map. I actually don't know which map it's on or the glyphs, so that does play a pretty big factor on kind of how it will play out. But it seems to be that Foudzing has mastered the I've got 8 range and I will ping you to death and I can sit here and come and get me. It worked against the best armies out there with Quahans, man, and Q9. So it's no joke. No joke. All right. Well, I'm going to sign off. It's Mother's Day. It's been a 2.5 hour stream. Glad you could stick around. Glad I could watch it. It was a good game. I am going to sign off and enjoy the rest of my evening. For those of you that are out there, enjoy yours as well. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys next time.